Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whichever part of the world you're from. This is Kavita Ramchand from Life Success Coaching in Mauritius. So let me continue my book reading. We are on the chapter 5, Expect an Abundance, and I think this is like a wow chapter. Knowing that by just expecting an abundance, you will receive the abundance. So now we're continuing chapter 5. He says, but the instant you become aware, you are entertaining thoughts which create doubt. Become quiet, start relaxing, and image yourself already in possession of the prosperity you desire. When you do this, you are altering the mental current which is flowing into your marvelous mind. There's a current that is flowing to and through you at all times. It'll take the image that you are entertaining, not just thinking once, but entertaining, and it will produce it into your reality. It will. Make no mistakes about that because that's how everything is created in the universe. It's the image that you're entertaining, that you believe, that you're going to give to spirit, and spirit will just produce it, replicate it in your reality. Everything is created from your inner world, and you will see it in your outer world. Okay? So you want to go with the current that produces and give the image of what you want rather than what you don't want. Expect with all of your consciousness to receive your good in your material world. You think in secret and it comes to pass. Environment is but your looking glass. James Allen, who wrote these words 3/4 of a century ago, but they are still true today and they will always remain true in the future. So you want to understand that you need to expect that it's coming, knowing that you've done your part. Your part is to give the thoughts, the image. You've done that. Now you want to expect. You don't expect otherwise. As in that it has to manifest in your reality because that is all you are entertaining in your world, in your mind, in your inner world. You think in secret and it comes to pass. Environment is but your looking glass. James Allen wrote this. Now, if you understand that, that means there is a lens through which you are seeing your world. I would say the lens is here on your heart. And all you need to do is question where did that lens come from? Why am I believing what I'm believing? And then change the lens so you can see a new, better world for yourself, right? So program your personal computer to expect good results. That is exactly what you will receive. So he talks about Pat and John's story over here. As I was writing these lines, I received a telephone call from a beautiful couple, Pat and John, whom I would definitely number among my close friends. They called to tell me where they were moving into their new home. They called to tell me they were moving into their new home the following Tuesday, and I was elated to hear this delightful news. You see, less than 2 months earlier, give me a minute. Then, quiet. My son is using his spoon and making a lot of noise. So I was elated to hear this delightful news. You see, less than 2 months earlier, I spent approximately 5 hours talking with them about the image making concept and the awesome power of the expectant attitude. So you make the image first of what you want, and then you have to understand that you just don't make the image. You have to have the expectation that it is coming, right? So during the course of the conversation, I asked John what he wanted more than anything else in the world. And after a long period of silence, he looked at me squarely in the eye and said, I would like Pat, Tony, Pat's daughter, and me to be in a house of our own by Christmas, and I would like my son to spend Christmas Day with us. Although John's son lives with his mother and he and John have a very warm relationship. I then asked why he didn't just go out and make his dream become a reality. He replied he couldn't because he lacked the money to do so. I then had the audacity to remind John that all things are possible for those who believe, and therefore he definitely could not make his dream come true. He definitely could make his dream come true if only he believed. Perhaps he just didn't know how to go about it. The three of us then spent about an hour discussing the kind of house they wanted until we had all a very clear image of their dream home etched upon the screens of our minds. We talked about expectation, and I explained to them that many good things would begin to happen for them the instant that they began to expect to be in the house for Christmas. Sure enough, the first thing that happened to them once this new attitude permeated their consciousness was that both their minds moved over to the how to side of the ledger. New ideas began to flow like water, and questions came forth in rapid succession. How much would a house like this cost? How much would they have to put down? Where would they find such a house? To get answers to their questions, they needed the expertise of a real estate agent. I suggested John call Natalie Kopman, a lady I know who is a real estate professional, and tell her of his dream. He should ask what he would need in the way of finances to make his dream or image become a reality. Finally, I told him he would have to get busy focusing all of his conscious attention on earning the amount of money he would need to achieve his goal, and he would have to actually expect to earn whatever the amount was and in the allotted time. Surprisingly, it turned out that the amount of money they required was far less than the figure they had previously thought it would be. Okay, so I'm not going to read further than that. I'm going to stop here because that's where I reached there. So, here, what I want to make you aware of is that if you believe that you want something, and if you believe you want something, everyone wants something. Even if somebody tells me that today that they don't want anything, I know that they are not giving themselves that permission to want because everyone wants something. We want different things. We don't all want the same thing, but we all want something because our spirit is designed to want. So don't stop yourself. In fact, permit yourself, allow yourself to want more from life. You're here to experience the full joy of life and enjoy this life. So you need money for that. And a lot of people stop themselves because they don't know how they can get the money for it. You don't even have to know. You just have to know what you want. As simple as that. So the first step is he sat with them, Pat and John, and first asked them what do they want. And then he told them that there is a concept called image making. And if you make that image in your mind and a clear image, and you give that image, and you turn it over to spirit, spirit is just going to take that image and find ways for you to manifest it. All right. And you have to trust and go along with that faith until you discover it for yourself. So, this is a phenomenal concept. I think this should be taught in schools because children understand things so much faster than us. For us to change the way we think takes time, and especially for people as we get older, it gets harder unless you are an open-minded person, like young at heart, always willing to learn, and you want to put it into practice. Then study, learn, implement, and see results. So thank you very much for being here on this call. If you are interested to join my one-on-one coaching, you can connect with me on my Facebook Messenger, or I'm going to put a link here below this video where you can directly connect with me. Thank you so much for being here, and bye bye.